Greetings, fellow faithful. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, Episode 14, Pantheon. So once the altar and then the two pews are done, I'll start, because it's function over form at the very least, because we do have pretty frequent celebrations. So once those are done, I'll start to floor everything up. Wasn't there other night owls? Scipia and Doris are night owls. But the reason why... I suppose they could be night owls right now, but the reason why they're not normally on night owl schedules is prisoners don't adhere to night owl schedules. So if Scipia and Doris, which are our two wardens, were on night owl schedules, their schedules wouldn't line up with converting or enslaving prisoners. So essentially, as long as they are the ones we rely upon for wardening, they can't have the schedules that they prefer. But it's not like their moods are negatively affected. I mean, we have night owl in daytime, but who cares? Right? Mood 100. Doesn't seem to matter. You know, if it started to affect their mood, I would consider coming up with a solution, but it's not affecting their mood, so I don't see an issue with it. How much more meat do we have? We got some meat in the stockpiles. You've never seen such green moods in your life? Well, they are, to reveal a little bit about their mentality, Scipia, Doris, Bebo, and Elba are pack mentality. So they are very happy to be around their pack. So the reason that they're like just so happy all the time is they belong somewhere. And that's what keeps them happy. Essentially a tight-knit community. Come on, is that the best you can do with the milk? Yikes. So we're coring up mostly granite out of this quarry, but hypothetic... Oh, no! Quarryable stone, only granite. So this isn't only granite, so I'm going to disallow that. And I'm going to want to set up another quarry somewhere up here where we can quarry marble. So this is our granite stone cutter, and I might want like a marble specific one as well. So Doris, I think at this moment, I need you mining instead of constructing. Because I need more marble blocks sourced so that we can actually get a whole lot of progress for the Pantheon. Because this is going to be a lot of stone. And the idea is eventually to have like fine flooring and designs and all that, but initially it's going to have to be more simple than that. We won't be able to afford fine floors and all that. Ducks join. Well, that's awkward. We have old ducks and new ducks. Sorry, mallards, but malice for mallards. Alright, we added some more shelves in here so that we have more capacity, because it was filling up quite fast. Hey X42, thank you for the resub. And a Manhunter pack. Well, I guess we're leaving those ducks alone for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lynx. The only one up at this hour is Maxis. He should be able to get to the door in time. Actually, you know what? Lillipore, I'm going to have you do it. Because I don't trust that Maxis will get there in time. And I'm just going to forbid this door. It's the easiest way to keep everyone inside. It's the only way in and out. And then sometime during the day when everyone's up, I'll have them go hunt the lynx. But there's no sense in, like, interrupting their sleep schedules for it, because those lynx pose no threat to us at the moment. So once Bebo's up, I'll pull the trigger on that. Is there a way to automatically manage the population of the animals in a pen? Yes. You can use the auto slaughter mechanic. So you can say, hey, I only want, you know, 15 max ducks or something like that. The reason, and I got a lot of questions about this, but the reason I don't do that is it doesn't consider named animals special, only if they're bonded. So the reason I tend not to use the auto slaughter mechanic is it wouldn't keep named individuals alive. So I do it manually. But in this case, what I do is I just have all of the females here and the male duck here. So their numbers are kept in check by gender separation, which works fine. Wow, this combat music is going hard. Let's join them. You can see, like, the last wave of lynxes. I don't know why it's always lynx. We clearly pissed off, like, the god of lynx. I don't know. What Roman god would that be? Like, let's say, Aphrodite? I don't know. I'm gonna make it up. Artemis? Probably Artemis. Right? Definitely Artemis. Because Artemis was the god of the huntress. And lynx are like, forest hunters. We'll go with, or Diana, right. Sorry. Man, that confuses me. Like, the borrowed gods. Yeah, Diana. Alright, so that should be all set. Bunch of dead lynx. Yeah, I just, what I just said was, deeply Roman sacrilege. I'm sort of curious how much they, like, at least the educated ones were kind of in on it, that it was, like, borrowed gods. Probably not. Work drive's off cooldown. Time to be speedy. Wow, it was literally off cooldown. I had checked it with the, like, the second it was off cooldown. Like, I'm psychic. Well, all of these, marble chunks will definitely help when, building that Pantheon. So we are up to about 300 marble. Nope, 500. That's a good start. This dining room is pretty impressive with the lovely shape of the deities. Oh, the ducks we brought in are getting... So how many... there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left to be roped and slaughtered. Doris with Inspired Trade. So we have Inspired Recruit, Inspired Trade, and Shoot Frenzy. Lots of inspirations. Maxis, I'm going to have you start to deliver materials to the pews. Another Shoot Frenzy. Oh boy. Everyone's ready to, for a battle. Maybe this is the, storyteller ramping up for that. So the altar doesn't have a quality. Doesn't really matter who builds it, because it's the same quality all the same. Whereas the pews do. So I'm going to have Doris finish the pews. And let's start tiling up the borders of the building. And working our way inwards. Alright, now that Doris is done with those pews, we have a functioning Pantheon. Now we just need to make it nice, because it's ugly as sin at the moment. And that simply will not satisfy the gods. Panels, frames, and stairs are done. And I'm going to just go straight into double frames and stairs to increase the options for designs. It's almost strictly aesthetic, but aesthetics, you know, for this series matters a whole lot. Don't I need to move the statue? Yes, at some point I will. Probably once it's done, we'll move the statue in as a blessing. Maybe for Saturnalia or some other momentous event. And there is one tile left to fill in for the anti-bug. Good. Those are some pretty strange noises for what ducks... That doesn't sound like duck noises to me. Alright, the ambient temperature is dropping. That is also a pretty good indicator that we can slaughter or hunt a lot more critters without them spoiling. Not that I intend to. Oh, we hit iron ore in the in this hill. For now, I'm just going to be focusing on the marble, because getting the iron doesn't help the Pantheon at all. But it's good to know that there's iron in there too. I think we're low on coal rather than iron, though. I think coal's the bottleneck. And we have 85 coal out there. So it's a little, but it's not nearly enough. And the good news is, with all this excess granite, if I am to work on other projects, we have a lot of materials for that now. If you're wondering, every time you see my face light up like this, I'm like testing to see if polling is back. Which it is not. One of the reasons why I dug this out is so that I can set up a marble quarry dedicated to marble. But that probably won't be my next goal. So I was considering not having everything be marble, but like mixing the stone a little bit. It's all the same beauty, so I don't see why not. I think it might look nice. I'm trying to, you know, break things up from the normal, boring pattern of design. Get away from square buildings with one door. Away from meta. Do we have carpets yet? We do not have carpet making research, no. The other thing I could do is incorporate the new arches into this design, but I actually kind of like the open design the way it is. But I do have some plans to open for... So the last research project gave us, it gave us a few different things. So it gave us panels, and it gave us, arches. So panels help to separate, like, the boundary of two different stones. And they can also be carved and pretty. So these are, like, you know, pretty panels. And then it gives arches, which are like, to designate doorways. Which is sort of what I've been doing over here. But I'm planning on redoing the center of this, of our Triclinium once the Pantheon's done. With some of the new tech that we have. So Darius's mining project is nearly complete. He obtained a whole lot of materials for the Pantheon. And this is well before Saturnalia. So Saturnalia will start in about 5.5 days. So we'll have a Pantheon before then, which was honestly the goal. The goal was to have one before Saturnalia kicked off. So I'm quite pleased by that. Darius is like, come on, Overhead Mountain, where are you? Because he wants to stop. Wants to get back to construction. Luckily, the slaves are doing a pretty good job of laying the stone here. I mean, it's not a high-skill task, but they're doing a decent job of it. And then the other thing that we're going to want is the actual roads around this. Because I want it to be sort of like a temple plaza, a temple square. Because that's more or less how they would be designed back in Roman days. Where it wouldn't just be a single building, it would be in a whole sort of plaza dedicated towards that one temple. We're going to do a little bit of this unnecessary roof removal. And then Darius will be back on construction tasks, because he'll be able to wrap this up quick. Darinatai, thank you for the resub. And Syndra too. Cheers. Oh, look at all that extra marble we've got. That's plenty. I'm going to switch blocks that we're cutting then. I'm not certain what next project I'll take on. I'm sort of brainstorming what we'll need next, besides the roads. Let me update the roads and build new roads. I mean, after all, Romans were known for their roads, right? Oh, no. Oh, that is a blight if I've ever seen one. Ouch. So I am not allowing sowing, so we're just focused on plant cutting. And then I changed Bebo's priorities. No, no, no. Okay, sorry, sorry. Work needs doing, and you're not that sleepy. That was a hell of a blight. Oh, there was like one cotton plant that somehow... Oh, no, we started resow it. Got it. Okay. There you go. Now you can nap if you want to. Punishment for all the inspirations? Maybe. Megas, thank you for the resub. Is there a full moon? It is, it's the 17th? Yeah, it's tomorrow night. This will air on YouTube. Night of the full moon. Alright, that's the last of the floors to be queued up. And then we'll work on the roads. How many granite blocks do I have? Am I nearly out? I have 118? Okay, so I really don't have much. Got it. Well, we can allow the quarry, because that will give us granite. Stop it, Canius! Stop it! Joke about blackjack? Cut it out. He's not interested. In fact, does he even like you? No. He does not. Quit trying to woo him. It's embarrassing. So this is our, like, temple complex? For lack of a better term. And I'm gonna do it in marble cobblestone. Obviously, it sort of clips into the tailor. Well, you know what? Symmetrical. We did that on purpose. And then I left... Actually, these are ghost walls, so let's do those as well. So I'm not going to be able to plant anything there. I left some space here for, like, flowers, but I think what I'll do is, like, I'll put a bench or something at some point. So let's get the trees that are in the way out of the way. And that isn't, that won't be the rest of the road either. Then we're going to need to do the granite flagstone road, too. Her tongue needs to go? Well, we'll see. Hopefully, Oh, I see. All of the slaves are female. There we go. There's the Pantheon. So we'll move the shape of the deities in there for Saturnalia to sort of christen would be totally the wrong word, to sanctify the Pantheon for that festival. I like it. I like its design. So if you're wondering, down here, these are going to be for eventual reliquaries built into the design. And then, you know, I have a sort of nested altar as well, so it doesn't get in the way. And because our society is very heavily merit-based, I wanted to design it in such a way that the lectern wasn't physically separated from the rest of the pews, that the person at the lectern isn't above others. That was sort of the important notion. Nope. Wanderer join. Hi, Ray. Psychically hypersensitive and too smart. A female baseliner. And the lovely thing is, because polling is broken, I can't even ask you what you guys think about. Okay, Ray. You are of the Senate. You know what? You get to stay a full-fledged citizen. A patrician. Fancy that, huh? So, giveaway timer's up for the new joiner. Good luck. So now this is a barracks, because the new joiner is going to be living in there. Tailor. What do we have? Tailor. We have shirts, pants, shade cones. I'm going to have our tailor make a cloth cape as well. Because we don't yet know how to make togas, so I can't make a toga for Ray. Work priorities. Mine, quarry. Can I make Tyrion? No. We eventually will be able to, but I can't make it yet. We would need to sway the influence of a senator for it. Maybe it's a good time to explain that mechanic. So, if we wanted to unlock these, like, let's say, togas, the prerequisite for unlocking a toga is a senator's favor. As you can see, I've edited the mod. So what that means is, there are senators, and Catadathis is the senator that would grant us the knowledge and privilege of making togas. So we would have to gain the favor of Catadathis in order to make togas. And all of these researches are bound to a senator's favor. Every single one. So the Tyrion farm here is going to be a senator from the Eastern Republic. It's going to be Klein NF. And we're not quite at being able to ingratiate ourselves with senators, but it's definitely something that we can work towards once we have a wealthier republic. We're just not quite there yet. Alright, I'm gonna pull the trigger on building this this road. It's gonna be a lot of granite. So I'm gonna temporarily... Oop, that's the wrong one. Temporarily pause marble. And then while we're waiting on that, I also wanted to redesign the courtyard in the middle of the Triclinium as well. I'm going to update the priority, build new roads, and update the Triclinium, or however you spell Triclinium. Raffle timer's done. Simply Fig, you are the lucky recipient of the new brawler. Unfortunately, they're sleeping in a very makeshift domus, but maybe we can fix that sometime in the future. And I'm going to change the design this way. This room is going to get... Oh, actually, it shouldn't get cold first, if I do it right. So I'm going to pause the new roads so that I have the material, the granite material for the new courtyard inside the Triclinium. Gotta get those walls built quickly. There we go. There. Now it looks like a like an inset pit. I like it. It brings a little bit of distinction. I might even, put some flagstone around it. We'll see how the flagstone looks. If I don't like it, I can always change my mind. Pity you can't have a manicured lawn look? Well, not yet. It's not to say we can't ever. Technology doesn't... Yeah, I kind of like the flagstone courtyard appearance. So we have a ritual opportunity soon in 2 days for the Saturnalia, and that is when we can move the shape of the deities over. That should be fun. Alright, the other project was the road, so I'm gonna unfreeze that. And let's create, so this stockpile here will also be for granite chunks. I'll just call it chunks. So that I can zoom out and haul. I think all the chunks are already queued to be hauled. Alright, polling. Are you back? Nope. Not yet. So this road is going to need like 700 stone or so. It's kind of a bigger project. Yeah, it's foggy rain. You expect a raid soon? That would, that'd be pretty typical, I suppose. I typically get, raids during foggy rain. It would not surprise me in the least. We did get great bows. So that reminds me. I'm going to stick a crafting spot inside the smithy here. to make some great bows. So I'm going to do, let's say, 6 of them. And do we actually... Okay, we're still working on that cape. Got it. I was wondering about that. Now, the amount of wood that we have is also dwindling a little bit. So let's cut down some of the trees that are just behind our walls. And I'm also getting rid of this little rock outcropping, because with great bows, it would block our line of sight from our defensive perimeter. Well, that's looking good. The speed difference of mining is hilarious. Don't worry, Ray. You'll get there one day. But not today. Bye. I'm done. Dars is like, oh, sweet summer child. You think you can quarry? You can't. Double frame. Okay, good. I'm gonna get double strand as a next research project. I don't think having nice rugged clothing would be necessarily bad. Plus, we have an ample amount of growing space, so it'd be really easy to grow double strand. Because the real risk of double strand is unblightable. So the real risk of double strand is cold snap death, and this is kind of a... I'm not gonna say cold snap death proof, because certainly the walls could be breached and, you know, expose it to cold snap, or I run out of wood for the wood burners or something like that. But probably not going to lose crops to cold snaps, as we've designed it in such a way that that's not so possible. All right, Darius, I think I'm going to put Quarry on 3 instead of 4, so that you quarry before you craft haul clean, because you're going to be quarrying faster than anyone else. Fingers crossed that that nothing stops our next project. So about the next projects, there was a few different ideas I had. I think the first next project I want is like a public bathhouse for guests and colonists. Because at the moment, Maxis and Ray use sort of the slave bathroom, and that's just like weird. And I'd rather not have them have to do that. So once this road is done, I'll embark in setting up a wash house. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 16th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Lycan.